Hello, and thank you for making time to watch this video. Today you will learn more about your document settings in our system. All settings can be found here, under Payments and Accounting Documents, in the top right corner of your screen. We have two buttons which can help you adjust your document's default settings. Let's start from the left side. The first thing is rounding of the documents. There is one tab for each document type. All of them work in the same way. We will use the first tab for invoices to explain how they work. You can adjust rounding for all allowed currencies and for all possible payment methods. You need to set if the rounding will be set to the nearest hundredth, tenth, or to full digits. The second thing is the rounding method. You choose from rounding up, down, mathematically, or to the closest multiple of 5. Don't forget that you have to set rounding for each document type in the other tabs. The second part of the settings are general settings, which are accessible by the second button. Here there are a few more things to be set. The first tab you might see is fiscalization, which can be different according to your country. So let's make this very brief. For the Czech Republic, you need to have a business ID assigned and your certificate generated. All of these things can be generated from the Czech Republic's Ministry of Finance website. Now let's go to the other tabs. Here we also have 6 tabs for each document type, just like in the rounding settings. We will guide you through setting one document type. The settings are the same for all the other document types. Let's move to the Invoices section. In the first part, you set the name for your number series. You can have multiple number series. Their use will be explained later. You can set a default number of due days and default payment method for this type of document. The payment method can of course be adjusted when you're issuing the document. The next important thing is the method of numbering invoices and their variable symbol or reference number. You can set how the numbers of your invoices will be generated here. In the first 4 fields, you will adjust the method of generating the number, and on the right side you see how the next 3 invoices will be numbered by currently set settings. In the prefix part, you can use a variable which will automatically add the current year or payment method to the number of the invoice. The prefix part can contain not only numbers but also letters. There is a hint for setting the prefix here. In the variable symbol section, you can first set if the document automatically takes the reservation number as its variable symbol or reference number. The second part of the settings is not about the number, but the text. Each document can have a note. You can add a default note for all your documents, and you can also add some text to the invoice header. The note and header are displayed here in a printed version of the document. You can also select if you want to assign a rooming list as a second part of the document. The list will contain all information about rooms and guests which are connected with this invoice. The last important and useful thing is the printing format for your documents. You can select from A4, A5, or 80mm Paragon. You should already know that you are able to send documents to your guests directly from our system. In the following section of the settings, you can adjust the subject and text of the email, which will be used for sending the document to a client. Don't forget that whenever you are adding text which will be visible for your clients, you should automatically add translation of this text, or at least the English version, so your clients will be able to understand. Other language versions of the text can be added using the flag button in each text section. Finally, the last thing, which is setting different number series for different document types. By clicking the button with the green plus, you will add a new number series for the document type. In our case, we will create a new series for invoices. Each series has its own tab with its own settings. So you can set that the first series can be printed on A4 format, and the second series, which will be used for different purposes, for example, only for services and not accommodation, will be printed on 80mm paper. You can also have different number series based on payment method. In this case, you would create series for cash payments, credit card payments, and for bank transfers. As we mentioned in one of our videos about the documents list and its filters, you can filter your documents also by number series, so this might be useful for your accountant. Each time you issue a certain document type, you will be able to switch the document series as the first thing, which will adjust the entire document settings according to the default settings of the selected document series, like this. Don't forget that we have now set only invoices. If you are working with other types of documents, you have to adjust their settings as well in the same way. And that's it. Thank you for watching.